Hello, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Rider. I'm CP Bullish, your host, and thank you for joining me again. This week, it's like I'm not so sure if doing too much writing in it. Not, I'm kind of torn because I wanted to continue our short story here that we started. Because we got to the point here where, you know, it looks like Becky made some inroads. Now, this is the turning point for us in a way because this is just my perspective. Like I said, we can continue it on, which it feels like it's a bigger story. You want to add more to it. Um, or we could just stop there and call that a short story. It's like it doesn't. Say it doesn't feel done. And this is where, as writers, we tend to have that little genuflecting, fear. Can I do this? Can we do it right? Because I don't read too many romances. I mean, I read them, but I don't read them often. Um, I do cover soap operas for a website. But those really aren't romances. I can't really classify them as that. They have moments, but it's at least not to me. So this is where, for me, it's like, okay, where do we just notice? I just noticed a typo from last week. There we go. Anyway, so I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a scene break. That's why I didn't put that in before. Um, and this is where this thing I mentioned last week. How okay, well, what do we do from there? And I've been thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, the easy way is just end it here. It ended. It's natural, and all that stuff. Um, that's the easy way. I don't want to do things the easy way. I just habitually find the hardest way to do things to do. Um, and this is something new for me. Like I said, this is my first time actually writing a rom-com story. I do like the little short ones for my story a day, but they're like 100 words. So does that really count? That doesn't really get into anything. We don't really get into the obstacles and this and that. And so we haven't really gotten to any obstacles yet. It's just, okay, plan worked, yay. And next. So this is more of just thinking about what to do next. In a way, it's like this is plan session, but if we want to continue it, what do we do next? Now, a thought I have, and I think everyone's welcome to share your thoughts in the comments. I'm great to hear, love to hear it. That okay, we're going to do a little time skip now. Okay, she's going to find out, and maybe we'll move ahead a few days, maybe a week, and that's where we can put the confrontation in. And this is something that's coming to me now. The way it's like I said, I'm going completely fresh. I haven't looked at it all week. This is where we can put the confrontation in, and it doesn't have to be big. You can actually just having a couple of pages, a couple more pages. It doesn't really have to be too much more. But what I'm thinking of is, we can sit here and go through it and really stretch it out. But I'm thinking we can get right to the confrontation, and then we can tie that up after. So I say we can do a time skip. Maybe, like I said, skip it. Maybe a week. Maybe Janet and Shane are dating, and they've seen something a couple of times. It's going good. They're talking regularly, maybe talking daily. It's really hitting. It's really hitting stride. Just it's those romances where they just meet and they click. They got that chance. They had that opening, and they just clicked, and they are, for most intents and purposes, like seriously dating. You can say like seriously, but not seriously. It depends because everyone has a different relationship and how basically goes. Like in have words like, yeah, it's viewed as being just strictly between two of them, maybe about one, maybe about the other. In this one, excuse me, I'm thinking we could actually do this where since Becky's a mastermind, why couldn't she see Shane just talking with somebody, just getting along fine, right? Where no reason, and it just kind of gets it what like they're getting too chummy. Got to maybe take a look at that. So that's something that'd be our conflict. Will it be a real conflict? Maybe, maybe not. And see where the story takes us. But okay, it's like, so let's see what we can come up with here, shall we? Let's see. So we're jumping about a week later, or maybe you know what? No, because that almost seems too quick. Let's make it a month. That way they've been dating for a couple of weeks. They get really close and stepping it up, maybe spending time at each other's places and spending nights, stuff like that. And Becky's all happy with herself. So let's see. Where would they actually run into each other? So maybe we'll start off where, like, say, Becky's out. Maybe just a store. Just going to the store, or maybe just walking on like an outside mall or something like that. Just walking around a shopping center. She happens to spot him. And so we'll go from there. I know I'm misspelling this badly. Oh, just working here. Yeah, okay, that was it. Okay. Choice technology. So I still say that, just to tell you on the the side note, my favorite word was still Microsoft 2000 with the little paperclip. That still had the best spell check and grammar check I've seen in any of these. At least for my own personal, it was perfect. I mean, it was almost perfect for me. Since then, it misses a lot. So I really do miss that old Microsoft Office. I might be the only one. That one to continue and consider. Which one do you guys prefer? What's your favorite ones? Was it an older one, newer ones? You're actually probably going to store at some point. It's always fun. So let's see. Just a little spice. Okay, I'm. This is something I'd say probably when I look back on it, to read through it, or even just because sure enough, I actually might go through and just rewrite it line by line. I've done it from time to time. It drives me crazy. It takes so long, but I usually flesh it out that better that way. Because this is just one of those scenes where I feel missing something. It just needs more meat to it. Maybe just more ambiance, like what's going around her. It's like, yeah, she lost some thought. She was trying to think. I mean, I've done that a couple times. Not paying attention, turn a corner. Oop, there's a stand right there. And it's so. I mean, it happens, but it almost feels like it needs a little bit more to it. Like a little more meat in the bones. Um, like I said before, for these sessions, it almost feels like a NaNoWriMo where we're doing the writer sprints. And every time I would do that, even with writing, so actually just sitting there writing, I would, I usually get my daily numbers in that night, but I'd have to go home and I would have to rewrite it, and I would probably add 1,000 or 2,000 words to it just because I'm trying to rush through it so much, or I wasn't able to focus it so much because I had other people there, other friends there, or they're taking part, and we're talking, and just gonna get it for doing the sprints, we're just trying to get the stuff out, and so it's like we'll miss some of the thoughts, time to sit there and think, okay, is this the right sense? I want to add more to this, we don't really think the scene's out, at least I don't. Others probably do. I mean, that's like I said, we'll have our different methods. Um, and for me, that's what this feels like. I mean, this is something to go back and just go through it line by line and rewrite the whole thing when it's done and just see what happens. This is one scene that feels like the rest of it kind of had that feel at times. I think the spots I had issues with, I kind of fixed, or at least fixed them enough for that time being to make me happy at that point. This just feels like, yeah, there's something more needed. I just kind of just need it, like maybe describing what's going between them a little bit more. Um, yeah, actually, I can plug that in right now. I have a couple ideas. This is actually why I was like writing by hand for the longest time because it actually forces my mind to focus on what I want to say. So every paragraph would be what I wanted. I wouldn't have say I wouldn't go to the next page and say, "Well, put this back in this paragraph." Like a little ash, I put like a little star, and then next page I put a star to signify this goes here, and I write that section, and then I put like a search result below it or lines below that show that's the end of that. The other plug when I type it up. So I didn't. I started that towards the end, so I stopped writing by hand, and now my handwriting's just horrible. It's just migraine inducing to try to transcribe it, but it kind of forced me to keep it straight. When I'm typing, I can do this. I kind of can move around. It's like, oh, I don't like that. I'm going to put a space in here. I'm going to move this. And it can be like almost like paralyzing. Because we're trying to get that perfect phrase. I mean, that's like it's how my mind works. I want to get it as close to my first draft is about 90-95% done because I'm so lack of a better phrase anal when it comes to you know I see those underlines or getting the phrasing right or whatever. I'm just very very that it's like I just want to get it right. Because I don't know if I have that. I don't know if I have those same thoughts again down the road, like next week or whatever. Because how many times we'll sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, this is great. We have this made. We'll remember this. Yeah, that's no problem." And like kind of like middle of the night. Oh, it's a great idea, great tell. I won't forget that. Don't write it down next morning. Wake up. It's is what it is. So let's see. We got what 7? We got about 13 minutes ago. So okay, I think another quick little maybe flesh this part out, then we'll close in for the day. So let's see. It's like Okay. Like I said, yeah, about 9 minutes ago, I got that shit out. I kind of like that better now. I feel a little bit better about it. Um, because he maybe put a little bit more in there. I mean, there is a possibility we could have him spotter, but I think okay, because in my mind, because I'm thinking that you turn the corner and they're over here. They're like maybe 20 feet away, something like that. They're kind of caught up in the conversation, so they don't really notice her, and she backed up before she could make a scene. That's my thinking on it. I said I see it play in my head like a movie. So when I do descriptions one time, I kind of leave it at that. So I probably should put that in this kind of space because because it could almost be they're right there. How can they not see her? They can spell. Okay, there we go. I kind of made it with that a little bit more. Yeah, typos. What I get a T in that one? Um, yeah. So okay. So yeah, 20 feet away. And then she tried to calm it, so it's like kind of just made that transition a little smoother. Um, yeah, I mean, I think. Check the time. I don't want to cut off you guys. Okay, about 7 minutes ago. I think yeah, I think we got that there. I mean, we have the possible conflict. Now, this is where we can, and the next one we can explore. The next time, next week, is a conflict. Is a conflict Becky because she wants to protect her friend and she brings this up, or is this going to be the conflict? I think what I mean by that is this like say just an ex, maybe an ex-wife or his sister, something like that. Which I like the sister angle. I think we're going to go with that one. I never think ahead, but that'd be pretty cool. She'd end up being his sister. And like the touch, just kind of reach out, just touches. I'm like, oh, just great, just catch it. Oh, you're so funny. Thank you. Appreciate that. Something like maybe a family would do, a family member, and taken by wrong way. By someone he can take him all the way. That explain the comfortability between them. So I'm actually thinking to explore that one next week. Unless I have another idea or anyone else doesn't would like to see another one I could work pretty cool to be pretty cool to play with. Let me know in the comments below, as always. Um, I think we'll go with that one. And that's next week. It's like so it brings in the build it so we have two possibilities. You know, is this the conflict that will ruin his and Janet's relationship? Or is the conflict going to be Becky? Is she going to manufacture it thinking she's helping? So I mean, it's kind of cool. You can kind of go, two ways. It's like you go to the left, you go to the right. I mean, if you go straight ahead, that's basically ending the story. It's happy ever after. You just kind of run to the trees. You have two paths in the woods. You go straight ahead, you're going to walk right into a tree. End of the story. You knock yourself out. You go to the left, you go to the right. Both look at appealing. Both look like fun. One might be easier, one might be rougher. It's which path we choose. So, yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool next week. It's like maybe she mark this down so I don't forget because I will forget. There we go. That's just been keeping a mental note there, but that'd be pretty cool. I think we got that. We got it lined up. We got our conflict there, and we working a resolution. Coming out resolution. So yeah, maybe another handful of pages. So we'll see. Another couple of weeks, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Well, as always, I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your day to join me here. I mean, it means a lot. It means a lot that you're actually, letting me into your computers, into your space, to share my thoughts, my process. Um, and thank you. That's all I can really say. Thank you so much. So, if you could please, if you enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. If you have any thoughts, if you think maybe something else would be good, maybe add something else in here, or do something different, let me know in the comments below. I mean, that'd be great. Love to hear back. It'd be great. Great to hear feedback. Great to hear other ideas. Or if you're working on your own story alongside this, let me know about it. Like say what you're doing, what problems you having, what conflicts you coming up with, what are you doing? I mean, again, I'd love to hear it. I mean, this is just for information sharing purposes, basically. So it's we're like a huge writers group. That's what it kind of considers our writers group. So let me know how you guys are doing in the comments below. It's any ideas you have, what you're going through with it, how you're doing, maybe you're working another story, another genre you want to share. Please let me know. I'd love to hear about it. So, thank you for joining me, and until next week, my friends, let your imaginations fly. Have a great one.